to the environment. It's the stone tape theory. You know, just the energy gets absorbed by your environment, the wood, the bricks, you know, all of that soaks up our energy and memories of the past. That's why, like, in battlefields, you'll hear soldiers, you'll hear gunfire, things like that. It's replaying a record of that space.
Right.
And so, yeah, the living are almost more intense in space sometimes than the dead. It's always good to just refresh the energy once in a while, and especially with what you are and what you do. I think regular smudging might not be a bad idea. Even with like your little massage space, like smudge that after you've had a client. You know, Palo Santo would be great. It smells nice. It has actual properties of clearing the air. It does, you know, sage and like Palo Santo and some of the other smudges. They do have some antibacterial properties. It's been scientifically proven that they can clean your air. So you're literally cleaning it and you're metaphysically cleaning it at the same time. So you just
do that.
I will show you how to do that. The long and the short of it is you would open the window in that room and then you would light the smudge wand of whatever type you have and, you know, get it all kind of flaming, then blow it out so it just does the smoke, and then waft that smoke all the way through the whole room, just going in a clockwise fashion throughout the room, and then letting the smoke flow out the window, and then extinguishing whatever you're using to smudge. So just, it's washing the air.
Gotcha.
Because people do leave their crap, you know, energetically on a space, and so it'll make it easier for you, because then you're getting smudged while you're doing it, so then you're clearing off the energy of every client that you have as well. The next client that comes in, they don't pick up any of the energy of the previous one, and then you feel more clear as well.
Right.
I tend to leave the door open when people leave, after they leave. I always tell people, like, I take everything you got, and then I don't hang on to any of it, and it just, a couple minutes after you're gone, and
You're already kind of having an intuitive, like, internal relationship with, okay, they're gone, now their energy gets to go. Like, you're having that process.
because I used to worry about stuff all the time. I try to be thinking about their problems, and because they dump all their stuff.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And then, yeah. And so I would be worried about it, and not in really a bad way, more of a concerned way, try to fix the things, and
Yeah. The fixer.
and not to care more about things than they do, and that really helped.
Well, so you're getting there. You are
It's
making
been a lifetime of,
yeah.
I don't know, 20, 25 years of going from complete skeptic and talking people down about it to being open.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know if I'll ever learn it, but I don't have to understand it to know that it's there.
Yeah, there you go. And that's quite a bit of progress. I mean, you know that energy is a real thing. Whether you can fully understand how it functions is, I mean, we're all learning. We're always learning. You never stop learning and growing and developing and understanding new things and gaining new information. And so maybe 10 years from now, you'll know even more about it. The world is becoming more receptive to this type of thing. And just this type of healing energy and energy information. Not everybody gets it, but it's, you know how you feel after you've been around a crowd or been around a lot of, you know, like a grocery store or a concert or a movie theater or a crowded restaurant, and you're just like, oh, like a human hangover.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not normal for every living person. Not everybody feels that way. People who are more sensitive to that get that problem if they don't have their little bubble on. And I liken it to be kind of like a disco ball. Like you're inside of a disco ball and all the mirrors are pointing outward and like everything's bouncing off of you. If you could just like picture, you know, do that sort of envisioning and picturing yourself inside of a disco ball, it might be helpful when you go out to these public places. Make you feel a little less kind of loosen the wind with all the energy. So.
The interesting thing too is there's times I feel completely invisible when I go out. Like people are bumping into me and.
You know, I get that too. Even in my SUV, I'm like, I'm in this big giant red car. How can you not see me? You know, and that I think is more of a testament to how obtuse society is also being. You know, people are just so concerned with their own self, they're not conscientious of other humans.
The two main energies that you felt, like the female and the male energy, do they have anything to say, or are they just...
Yes and no. I mean,
just...
they're kind of, they're just present, for one thing. They're just there. The male seems to be concerned with, like, just like guarding and protecting. And he's very sentimental, very loving. Very sentimental in your daughter's room. Like really, that's like, that hits home for him, like really deep down. And the female is just like fussing around with everything. Are you not going to share? and they're just like, she's like getting into everything and like moving stuff around. And she's just getting into everything is how I see her. And she's like, well, but I want to be here with them. I love them. And so like she's very sweet. But damn it, she's getting into everything is how I see her. They just want to be acknowledged as present and valued for the love that they're continuing to share and to give. And something with that piano in the front room really drew me, really energetically drew me. But I kept seeing a kid sitting at it. That's all I kept seeing, is a kid sitting at it.
That was my piano when I was a kid.
Oh.
I knew you were the kid. I knew it. I didn't want to say anything.
I
didn't want to say anything.
I keep seeing this little kid sitting here and trying to do it just perfect. I'm like, he just
It got uncool, and I hated practicing, so I quit in like middle school or something like that. But yeah, that was my mom's dream, was for me to play the piano, so she saved up, bought that. We actually came down from Truckee and bought that at Sunrise Mall back in the old days when that was the cool mall. And,
jeez.
Yeah, and then I've kept it when we moved everything around my grandmother's house. That was up there, and she didn't really put it, and I did. And sat there, and then I tried to play it a couple years ago. I hate practicing. I can't read music. So
I can't read music either. But I do feel that there's energy connected to it. So there's a soul that seems to like it. So it's probably good that you keep it, whether you can play it or not. All the things that I felt in each of the rooms and about you guys. I just saw somebody walk by in the kitchen. Holy shit.
You did say she goes in there.
I didn't expect that, though. It sort of startled me. Damn people.
What's he pointing? Oh, the squirrel.
Is there a squirrel?
There's a...
Would you like to kind of validate some of the stuff that I picked up on, anything that made sense to you? And then, before we get into the meters, what made sense to you guys? That was it.
They're on that squirrel.
Yeah.
We literally did. Oh, look, a squirrel.
I feel like the male presence that you keep talking about, that's like protective and very sentimental and gives the good hugs and is there taking care of my kid, is definitely my dad, to be honest. It sounds very much like him.
Do you see anything physical about him?
He seems taller to me. I just see him as very, very loving energy, really loving energy. He seems taller, and I think it sort of looks grayish-ish, kind of grayish hair. Let's step forward just a little bit. My whole body just all of a sudden just felt like flooded with head to toe, just felt pain. But he says, no, I'm stronger. I'm hiding it. I'm stronger. I'm strong now. I'm okay. It's clear. He's showing me the clearing, like the body clearing, the body filled with, everything's filled. It's all filled with, it doesn't look right. And my ears are popping. But now he's showing me he goes, no, look, I'm tough. And he's like showing me like he's all strong now. Like it's a beautiful set of imagery. But I do see like kind of like grayish looking hair. I talked to you a few months ago. You could help me out here, dude. We had a good relationship a few months ago. Come on.
You do it's the same one.
Yeah, he's. I'm sure he'll probably come forward with some more. Maybe on the spirit box. That actually might be nice if he would come forward on that. It's like, well, I'm gonna try, but this stuff is a little weird. I gotta admit, you're a nice lady, but this stuff is weird. he's like, you're cool, but how is it you're seeing me? I don't know if I get this. He's been very logical about things. Very logical mind. Very generous. really doting on the females. The females of the family, very protective and doting on the females. Like, he wanted to help. I do see a little bit of facial hair, but I can't see him very clearly. But I see some facial hair, and it seems sort of similar to the hair, maybe a little bit lighter, but I can't quite see it. Man, the pain. Like, he's like, I'm not in pain now. You understand, I'm not in pain now, but I want to show you how I felt, and I don't want to feel how you felt. Oh, it is just unbelievable. It's like, but he hid it. He says, I hid it because I didn't want to burden everyone with my feelings and what was going on with my body. It was not their burden to carry, and it's still not their burden to carry. He says, I did what I did, I went through what I went through, and I know you all loved me, so don't worry about it. He goes, I'm okay now. We can all let it go. And he knows that that's hard to do, but he's like, but we can all, I'm still here. We're still having a good time. It's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. He just seems like he would literally just, when he would like put his arm around you, everything in the world, there was a problem, would go away. You just knew you were going to be safe. It's like, I'm going to fix it for you. And put this arm around you, like, we're going to take care of it. Very good man. Very nice man. A little stubborn, though. Yeah. He's a little stubborn. So, it's like, well, she got it from me. So I don't know if you have a stubborn streak in you or not.
A lot.
He's like, see, look, just like me. And he's like very proud of this. He's quite happy with that. Just like me. So, yeah, he seems very, very helpful and good soul to have around.
One of the things I found interesting, because it seems like you're talking about your dad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I think it would use this with you too. And that's what I was kind of like, I need a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it was interesting that when you said that he's the one that's up there and kind of walking up and down the stairs, and you said that he goes up with the dog, both living and dead. Mm-hmm. Abby was his dog.
Oh, yeah.
Abby is his dog that when he passed away,
oh wow,
she wouldn't stay in the yard. She kept jumping the fence and running away.
And she was with my mom.
Yeah.
And then she
And then
moved
she
in
came
here.
here.
Mm-hmm.
And
she was
has
looking.
been cool ever since that.
She was looking for a while. Oh yeah, and now he's here to. So she's like, okay, I've got him back.
And when he passed, Savannah our daughter was only, it was 6 years ago, almost, a couple days ago.
She was like 7 or, yeah.
Oh, so she was little.
She's 9, when he passed away.
Oh, 9.
Yeah, she's 15.
Okay, but my dad met her when she was like 8, 7 or 8.
Yeah,
and 9 when she passed away.
He didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
We didn't know him that long before he passed. But he was a really cool guy. But we had just met.
Oh, so you got to
Sean
experience.
got to meet him
Yeah,
for a
I
couple
met
of
him
years.
very little before, but I really liked him.
Yeah.
Everybody really liked him.
Pretty close to him.
He was like the person that walked into the room and like you're just drawn to him. So.
No.
And he had a beard. So.
Oh, okay.
Big old white beard.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that makes sense. Thank you for the validation. Because when I see it, I'm like, I don't know what I'm seeing. I'm not sure. So it's nice to have that tangible.
Yeah, he looked like Santa Claus.
Oh, did he?
Totally.
Okay. He seemed like a real loving guy, and it would make sense that maybe, that he likes to protect females, that he might want to go and check up and make sure that she's safe in a space where there's other people that are not part of the family dynamic. Mm-hmm. And so he's just like checking it out, making sure everything's okay, and kind of protecting in that way. That would make sense why he would want to do that. He just seems a little bit old-fashioned, to be honest, in those type of values.
Yeah.
About women and things. So, because he really wants to defend and protect, and says you're doing a good job. Sometimes you wonder if you're doing all you can, and like the way you're taking care of things. Like, you are doing a good job. Don't be so hard on yourself. Stop with that self-doubt talk, that stuff that you don't like to share with people. Knock that record player off in your head. Because it seems like it loops sometimes. You're like, I'm not accomplishing quite enough. And am I really giving everything I can? And you're doing fine. According to the other side. So they know better than we do sometimes. So, does that make some sense to you? Yeah, and then you've got that female that she's into everything. She's just, her paws are into everything. And there seems to be another brown dog in this house. Besides that one out there seems to be another dog that keeps wandering around.
Big, little. You see it?
It almost looks like a streak, like it runs by. It's slightly smaller.
A streak.
Yeah, it's slightly smaller than Than
Baxter.
Yeah, it's smaller than that. But it whips by so fast that I can't really see it. It's like a little Speedy Gonzales going around, like running around the place, like hyper like that. And because I feel better now. So I feel like I have energy, but I can't honestly see it. I can't all the way see it. I just see this, literally, what I hear is like clinking. I hear the feet, and then I see something darting around. That's literally what I see. I wish I could pull more out of it. And there seems to be a male that is younger, not just like not the energy of like your memory of when you were a child, because I saw it like the flashback of your child, with the piano, but then I see this other male, but he's more like in his like 20s to 30s, and I don't know who he is. Like, he's not really pausing to speak to me, but I just see him, and he like darts in and he darts out. He's very quick, and I don't know if he's actually just somebody that's like from around the area, because occasionally I get leak-ins, but he seems to have had some sort of accident, and feel a restriction around my throat for some reason, and that's all I feel. Something with the throat. That's all I can see, and then he's gone. He doesn't want to show me anything else, so I don't know if does that make any sense? Because he's not giving me a lot. He just gave me that little bit of and then he wandered off. But much younger still. And,
Yeah,
They're Richie?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's like, well, what happened now? I wish he would show me more, but he won't. He's just almost doesn't want to talk about it, is what he's telling me.
He's probably, yeah.
He's like, I just don't want to talk about it, but please let them know I'm here. But I'm not gonna, because I'm not gonna talk about it. But I'm good. And he like gives me a little thumbs up, like I'm good, and then that's it.
Oh my god.
That's literally all I get out of him.
He didn't talk too much when he was here either. He was more of a.
Okay.
But.
He's just little tiny, quiet, sort of quiet with his expression, but expressive in his own way.
Yeah. He's growing up. He was my brother's best friend, and he ended up living with us for a while. Like growing up, so it was like have another big brother.
Okay.
And unfortunately, this was how he passed away. So. And he doesn't want to talk about it, so I don't know that I feel like I should
push him. Yeah, he just wants you to know that he's fine and he's here. Like he had to show me how he passed.
Right.
For a validation. He's like, okay, I'll show you the glimmer, but look, let's forget about that. That part doesn't matter anymore. Let's focus on that I'm here to help. I'm like, okay, you're here to help. You're doing a good job. He wants to be that helper. There was something with his, there was a stability, somebody shook his stability, somebody shook his emotional mindset up. There was a female in his life that really it was kamikaze, it was toxic and kamikaze energy. So that's he just says that was part of the equation. So, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it does.
But he's whole, he's fine, he's healed. There's no need to worry about his energy, his soul. He is great.
Okay, good. That's great.
So this is what happens when you bring the medium to your house. What did you expect? No. No, I'm really glad that you have so many helpful souls here. It's very nice that you've got all this love and this protection. All this
All
guidance.
familial, that's what we like to see.
And there's a few other souls that are popping in and
Yeah.
out, you know, but they're just like, you know what? We'll let the other souls talk today, you know. It seems like you've got like a family reunion going on in the house. And they do often line up, especially when
Right.
there's a sensitive in the house that can hear them. They do kind of cluster around. Some of them that aren't always here all the time, sometimes will line up. But you do have some resident dead that love you and want to protect both of you and just be part of the family unit and the love that is here.
I'm kind of curious about the lady that walks around, especially when she's complaining about the recipes.
Yeah, she's bitching and moaning about not cooking enough of her recipes, and she wants people to bring forward more of her stuff that she would cook, and be more bold, she says, and try more things. And she's always straightening up everything, and always fixing around and messing around with things and moving things. And I almost feel like maybe sometimes you think you put something somewhere and then it's somewhere else. I feel like she moves stuff around, and because that's where she thinks it should go. So that's kind of what I feel from her. She's also got, I don't know, this funny little blouse on. It's just this, I can't quite see it. Just it looks like a funny, gaudy looking blouse of some kind on her, and kind of a little sly smile on her face. So just like she finds herself amusing. She's got this really spunky, amusing personality, and but absolutely interested in making sure that you have seconds or thirds. Like you need to eat her food, and you need to eat a lot of it because you're not happy, unless you have a full belly. That's what she's telling me. So cooking.
Something like my grandmother.
That's what I was thinking from a long time ago, but I was.
I was too, but I'm looking for
You wanted more out of the woman.
a little bit, because there's
Yeah.
some stuff that, like, you know, when you hit that one thing that's my connection, that speaks to me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for to show.
Yeah. And I would love to control her and what she can bring forward. Obviously, she brings forward what she wants to bring forward. My antenna may not be pointed to her all the way either, but I feel her. I know that she's there. I just see her like taking out a spoon and kind of like popping somebody with a spoon. Is, you know, like,
So
it's kind of,
threatened you with it a couple times.
because I see also, I heard the crack of like the pop on the butt, and I'm like, I'm gonna piss you off, honey. Because she's very, just a very spunky personality, very spunky vibration to her. And she's like, well, I'll hit him with the spoon if that's not good enough. Please. And she keeps bringing me out. Show me a little more. Please show me more if you can. I'm not going to make you, but you can if you want to. Well, I'd love the potato salad. That would be great. I'm hungry. That'd be fun. I feel like I'm at a picnic. I'm suddenly feeling like I'm transported to a picnic with her. And I've got this whole spread. And the first thing I saw was a bowl of potato salad, but that's just the first imagery that I saw, you know, because they try to show me things that I will recognize, then to connect me to other parts of them. But she keeps saying, like, she lost some piece of jewelry. She keeps showing me she lost something. And, like, she lost it. And she was saying, I lost it. And I don't know what it is or what it means. So until she gives me more, I don't want to be guessing. I don't want to be pushing the envelope in that direction. She just shows me she lost something. So that's initially what she is saying to me. She's out. Maybe she lost something during a picnic. She like misplaced something. Maybe that's why she's getting into everything, because she's looking for something. She's hunting. She's like, I'm gonna find it. I wonder why. Yeah. Does that? somebody took her for granted. Really didn't value how amazing her soul is. They really just they took me for granted. Somebody took her for granted, and I don't know who in the family would do that to such a nice soul. They took her for granted is what she's saying to me. So I will continue to work with her energy. I will continue to see what I can pull from her. Because sometimes they'll show me little abstract things and I'll just throw them out because I don't understand them. They're just images that don't make any sense at all. Like all of a sudden I just felt like I saw a bunch of cactus, and I don't even know what the hell that means, if that's a metaphorical thing or if that's a literal thing. She just keeps showing me all these bits and pieces and all these images. It's rapid fire. Yeah, she seems like a really neat lady. Like, I keep seeing Avon brochures. Why do you want to show me that? Then that's a little random, ma'am. Just flipping through a magazine for something. What do you want to show me? You have to be more clear. She showed me, like, it's so rapid fire. I'm trying to download all of it in one fell swoop, and it's so much to download. I think you're pretty sure that you know she's here. I mean, that acutely something you're aware of, that she is quite present. But I can't quite see all the little details from her. I want to see everything that she wants to show me, and I can't see all the imagery. She's showing me so many different things. I keep seeing pearls. I just keep seeing pearls. And it's like she's literally taking me through her house and showing me all these little things. Like she's taking me on a tour. But for the most part, she's dragging my ass into the kitchen. She wants to drag me into the kitchen. And she's like got this recipe book out and like these little cards. And she's showing, like, she's pulling out all these like little cards. And she's like, why aren't you making these things for me? You know, it's like she's literally pulling out all these cards. And I can't read them. I can't read a damn bit of them. She just keeps pulling them out.
Yeah, she had a big recipe, like an index card box full of recipes.
Okay.
And I remember when I went I guess when I moved into my first like non-dorm place in college, I was always calling up to get recipes that my grandma used to cook.
Okay.
And then now I don't. She was from the Midwest, so it was all, and it was very much the eat. I don't know how I wasn't 400 pounds. It was very much the like, you're looking skinny, you need to eat more, and it was all. Everything started with a big spoonful of bacon grease.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was kept in a little thing in the back of the stove. So it was all like fat, fried.
Yeah.
Everything was, and it was really good, but it was, and I was a really picky eater when I was a kid too, so everything was like.
Had to be just so.
Well, yeah, a little bit, yeah. There was a few things in the stuff I liked and loved, and yeah. So I like to try to keep her recipes.
And it sort of keeps her memory alive and keeps her honored.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what she's driving home is mostly that. That's a lot of kitchen-based stuff. But there's other energy coming from her, and maybe she'll say something very telling on the spirit box. Maybe she can validate in her own voice and be more expressive for the extra layers that you're hoping for and that you're needing. Obviously, she's giving us something, which is great, and I'm appreciative of it. I know it's helpful to you. And maybe she'll give us more. You know?
Is there anyone with her?
You have a whole house full of people right now, and that's the problem. Is they're all kind of gooing together in a hodgepodge of a stew of people, and that's what's getting really difficult for me to start to pull them apart because they're all really excited to all be here. She said something about a brother. She mentioned a brother. So there is a male energy with her, but he's like literally she's like here, like he's much farther back from her, and I can't, like, he's not wanting to come forward, and I don't know if it's her brother or if it's like an uncle to her. Like there is obvious relation, but he's all the way back behind her, and I cannot pull anything out of him. So I don't force the dead. You know, if they're nice enough to come through, I'm thankful. I'm great and glad to receive it. But obviously I can't force them. I would, gosh, that'd be so much fun to get everything out of all of them.
Right. Is there anybody else that wants to? Or are they all just kind of...
They're just all sort of here, and like, there's like, okay, well, hi. You know, they really aren't giving me a lot. It's frustrating for me when they won't give me a lot, but it's also like, I have to honor that.
Right.
And I have to be really respectful of that. I'm like, okay, well, thank you for being here, but if you don't want to have that connection and discuss something with me, then hey, I will be kind enough to respect that. But I do feel a lot of love. I feel a lot of love in this space. That is clear, because I'm an empathic medium. So I'm going to feel the emotions from a soul and from the living. That's more of what I'm going to pick up instead of, like, every reader's different. Some people will get a name. Some people will get a lot of physical description. Some people, they'll get different things. I'm going to feel from the soul. So that's how I perceive the information, is what they make me feel. And what they're making me all feel is a collective energy of love. And also care and concern. They do have their concern over some of the things that, sort of the waves, like, you guys are good, but they worry about, like, the way you almost talk to both of you talk to yourselves, and you don't even necessarily always share that with each other. There's like this, you gotta really express your emotions, express how you feel, get things out there, because they're worried about how you're talking to yourselves. So to me, that's what they're making me feel. So is there anything else you kind of wanted to touch on that validate, anything you wanted to kind of connect and tie bows in and before we break out the meters? Do you feel a little bit validated in your experiences here?
Yes.
That things have been going on?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's interesting that, like, from the second you came in, it's the hallway. Oh, that's what it is. The hallway is where, besides hearing things on the stairs, I haven't heard that for a while though. It comes and goes.
Yeah, makes sense.
I hear it a lot.
Do you? I hear stuff but when I walk down that hallway, generally at night, like you like brush by somebody, and you kind of have to like, or they're coming around a corner and you don't see them, and you have to do that like real quick dodging. I feel like I'm doing that often at night when I come out of our bedroom and come down the hall towards the kitchen. Is like
you're always running into somebody.
Or that feeling you describe when you when something either goes through you or you go through it, and it's kind of that like.
You're because you're empathic. You probably are walking through the dead, and you didn't.
Or I feel like I'm constantly like, oh my god, I just like ran into something, or and sometimes I'll feel something like tap me on the back or something. And there's a weird sound. That's the thing. There's a really weird sound. I used to hear it a lot, and I didn't hear it for quite some time, and I just heard it a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
And it sounds like when you set something down that's round, and it kind of like first, before it settles, sounds like a big glass thing, but I can't for the life of me figure out what it is or where it's even coming from, but it's a very distinct sound. I thought I knew there's those vases at the end of the hallway, and it sounds like as if one of those had been bumped and was like settling back.
I know the sound you mean, like a glass saucer go whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always exactly the same. There's no pattern to it. There's no...
It just happens randomly.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's very distinct. I don't know if anybody else has ever heard it. But I cannot for the life of me explain where it's at. I can't tell where it's coming from.
be one of the souls that, you know, that's here and they're getting into things and moving things around. Because I do feel a female does that, like readjusting things all the time. Yeah, just, you know, moving stuff about, and like this goes here, this goes there, you know, shuffling stuff around. Also, when energy comes and goes through from one plane to another vibrational plane, you know, into this plane, sometimes a sound will occur based on where they're coming through, or because they're changing frequencies, so they're getting their vibration more into your vibration. You could be hearing a discharge of energy in that way. You know, it could definitely be that. So, but hey, maybe we'll be able to document it. Maybe we'll catch it on some of the, you
I
know.
hope so. I would love to know. It doesn't. I don't care. Like,
Yeah, it's weird.
Now that I gave up trying to explain everything, I'm just whatever. I know there's nothing. I've never felt in any kind of harm's way or danger with anything in here.
Yeah.
Well, as I have in some other places where I've gone into, and I'm like, and I can't explain. I'm just like,
Well, you're an
I'm
empath, so yeah.
not going in that room. Have you remember the governor
Yeah.
that like an old massage lady that used to work with me gave tours of that place, and she took me down there. And there was one room that she didn't tell me anything about all of it, but she took us to go in this one room, and I'm like,
Just
I'm
know.
not going in there.
Yeah.
I would. I just.
It's
don't
been
wanna go
a
in.
long time since I've been there, so, but that does make sense, you know. With your intuitive ability and your kind of energetic ability and being able to perceive energy, it doesn't surprise me that you would have that reaction in certain
And there's
places.
been lots of other places, and then I'm just like really uncomfortable. I don't want to go into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I've never
Makes
felt that way
sense.
here.
No, yeah, it feels pretty good here overall, for the most part. So it seems to me that, you know, you just have that natural knack of perceiving energy about places, people, and things. You know when it's a good space or a person, or a bad space or a bad person. You just know. You can't explain how you know. You just know. Your body feels it on a cellular level. I don't like it here. I think I'm gonna go somewhere else. And that's a good asset to have, because then you can know, like, well, who you don't want to be around, or who you don't want to associate with, or, you know, or buildings or places you just don't want to visit or frequent. It's a good safety mechanism. So it is a gift you've been given for your own benefit. So, yeah, it's a matter of dialing it in and trusting it.
Okay, what are we doing next?
We're gonna
We're
play
doing
with some
meters.
Cool.
We're gonna play with some meters and walk around your house and see if anything goes off. And I definitely am gonna put something on the stairs to see if they'll set it off.
All right.
I think I'll put the REM pod on the stairs.
Yeah,
Just
I
see-
knew
just
that's
see
where you're gonna go.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool.
All right, we'll do it.
Have some fun with the meters.
Good job, guys. Thank you.